Hello. Welcome to the first, hopefully like long running part of a series. I hope to do, where I just play this whole program and just talk about life. So I guess for the first full segment, I should talk about the, the inactivity on this channel and what I've been doing and where I've been. I guess let's start with the what I've been. So if I remember correctly, it's been about 3 years. Wait, it's been about 3 years since I've uploaded. If I do hear any sort of random noise that I make, I probably got anyways, yeah, it's been 3 to 5 years since I've uploaded one. So it's just been a while. So why have I not been uploading? It's really just a life thing. I've just been busy with life. I have a job as an electrician, still apprenticing. I should be able to take my journeyman's license or journeyman's test in a few months. Honestly, I could probably take it now, but I'm still kind of holding out. I'm a little unsure, I guess. But yeah, I've just been really working, trying to get money up, working out also as well. It's been nice. I fractured one of my vertebrae. Anyways, yeah, no, I fractured one of my vertebrae around a year or two. No, it's been about a year. It's been about a year. Yeah, but I fractured my vertebrae around a year. It's just been a while since then, and I kind of just left me off away from working mode and working and stuff. That's like the point. Point is, where I've been is I've just like, kind of been working to try to get money. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. It also kind of does explain what I guess the house. I've been doing good. I hope everyone else is doing alright. The world is gotten a bit more hectic since I've last did a video like this. But maybe it's just that I've grown up and I've realized how hectic it already has become. I don't know though. Anyways. Now, I guess let's talk for what the purpose of these series is going to be. It's going to be a sort of podcast thing where I just play this game and talk about things I want to talk about. Like right now, I'm talking about just talking about how I want to talk about things. Anyways, I hope this is just this will be a long running podcast ish. I've actually been playing a lot of games. Well, over. That's not how that's. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of games for in the middle of my app. I, let me think of the games. I've been playing a lot of TFC, Team Fortress, not Halo 2. But I've always been playing way before the channel started. I don't play Genshin anymore. I used to play Wuthering Waves for a bit, but I kind of fell off that. So that's kind of boring. Um, the only gacha I've seen like remain like pretty limbo. It's a Korean like it's a Korean based from a studio called Epic. You may know them from their like work such as or Fortune Wonder Lab. I don't know the official name. They're little comic they make. I haven't been I haven't been reading them. I need to get around to playing well, finishing some of the other games. I haven't finished them yet. Fortunately. I've been in a few TTRPG sessions with friends or with online friends. So I kinda stopped playing with them. I don't really remember why. Oh no, I do know. There was just one person that just didn't feel like they were good with me, so I just kind of stopped hanging around them. You know that feeling whenever you get like you just know that there's like a main person in the group that like everyone just wants to. He was that guy, but I realized he wasn't really a good like he wasn't really a good wasn't really a good like influence on my social health. If that makes sense. I don't know if anyone's ever had that experience before, where like the main person. Excuse me. I don't know if anyone's ever had that before. You have like a main person of your friend who just isn't very good to talk to. No, well, like not isn't very good, or like hard to talk to. Maybe is that the right word? I don't think that's the right word either. It's just you just don't feel like a good influence, really. Anyways, that happens. I found a new one. I'm also hanging out with some of my IRLs I used to hang out with back in school. That's okay, cool. This game gets really hard really quickly. It's well, I don't know if it's really hard. It's more luck based, honestly. You can keep on running it like endlessly, but if you really just get the key you really can't really, you just can't really do much. Actually, I guess I should explain this game since it's gonna be the main thing that's going on in this series. The goal of this game is to get to this red little brick here. Well, I guess if you're not watching, the goal of the game is to cross this little like platform. They're like spawning teapots that kill you. Yeah, this is like a really cool game. This is from like the classic era of Roblox. It is. It was made in 2010, 2007. Sorry, 2007. Which, for context, that's like I was born in 2004. So at the time this was made, I was like 3. I didn't even know what Roblox was. I probably was talking on my phone, honestly. Not a clue what well, hopefully I didn't have a clue what the world was about at the time. That would suck if I did. But anyways, yeah. The point of the game is to just walk across the obby while you dodge these enemies until what? The problem is it's like super chokeholdy at the last area, so it's like genuinely impossible to complete it sometimes. If the teapots just don't want you to win. Which commonly, they kinda don't. I tried playing other works made that this person made. If you didn't know this, this was made by a person named Clockwork, and they made a good bit of Roblox games back in the day. Most of them are kind of just like this one now and don't really work. There's it was like an adventure one where you just kind of can't really do anything due to the buggy buggy nature of it and the lack of updates some of these games have received. This one got lucky enough to just not really be changed much at all. Fortunately, fortunately, it would really suck if this got broken. This would like invalidate the entire series. I'd have to like find something else, and that would kill my mojo, low-key. But the one thing that does suck about this game is it doesn't have any private servers. Well, no, it's just an old game, so I guess that's why it also looks pretty bad as well. Yeah. Hard, it's rough. I'm technically in a public server for this game right now. It's just that this game is so old and unpopular that it has 0 players right now. So I'm basically in a private server right now. What else was I thinking of? I should like written little like notes down, I guess. What else have I? Oh. The reason why I decided to like start this YouTube thing back up. So I went to VidCon around well uh Thursday, 25th of July, June, circa 2026. I went to VidCon because I was the online friend group that I have had one person who was going. I was like, that's cool. I checked and like saw if I could still go, but I think it was a month in advance when they told me about it. I was like, I've me personally, I've never been to VidCon, and I didn't really have any plans on it, but I know I did want to go because it seemed like a pretty once not a once in a lifetime experience, but like a pretty rare experience. And like going to see an online friend just gave me a double like reason for it. So I kind of just decided, yeah, sure, I should probably go do that. You know? It seems my mic is having trouble picking up some things that I'm saying. I'm probably gonna have to mess with that sometime later. Oh, somebody else joined. Let me see. That one only child 23. Nice. Cool name. Cool name. Yeah, okay, so as I was saying, so I decided to go on this trip to VidCon, which if you didn't know, it's like a content creator like convention. Like okay, so it's actually self-explanatory now that I think about it. It's literally just a convention for video creation. That's it. That's the simplest thing I can give it. That's the simplest way I can like describe it. And as I was there, well, I guess I could like explain some of the woes of getting there. First off, it was super expensive to actually like plan this all out. I think I spent like $1,000 just in of itself, just trying to. Oh my god, I live. $1,000 in of itself, just trying to get into this or to get to there, and like. So for context, I live somewhere in the southern area, and it was being hosted in California. Uh, yeah, it was being hosted in California, which is very far away for me. I think it was a 500 bucks like to and from uh, plane trip, which for me is like really expensive. I don't know who's watching this or what my audience will be like, but no, that was like super expensive for me. That was pricey. But yeah, I it cost a lot. Uh, cost a lot, but I think it was worth it in the end. But one of the weird things was I was going basically completely alone. What I mean by that was I was going. I mean, completely alone. I normally go with my like family whenever I'm going on an airplane or going on a like road trip or anything like that. But for this one, I decided to just go alone. Well, I guess this is okay. It's my first like plane. It's like a first far away like trip solo. That's yeah. It was my first far away trip solo. I was really hoping that I would keep my cool for the most part, and which I think I did. But there were some embarrassing moments. One happened right at the start whenever I was going through the boarding process because I was struggling at the one of these terminals. Right, I couldn't. What else was I was struggling at one of these terminals. Right, I couldn't get my confirmation number. So, like if you don't know, whenever you buy a boarding pass, the confirmation number so you can put your so you can tag your like bag. Right. So I was at one of these terminals to like get the boarding, like the tag, my bag tag, yeah, bag tag. And for some reason, it wasn't working. And it honestly, this wouldn't have been as embarrassing if the lady didn't say it. But I was okay, so I was struggling. So I went to the help area, right? And I was saying, hey, this isn't like I'm putting in my confirmation code, but this isn't working. And then she looked up at me and said, "I'm sorry, this is a little embarrassing, but you're at the wrong airline." So I was at a different, like a completely different airline, like a airline terminal, and I didn't even know this, but apparently they have like different terminals for like airplane brands, I guess. I was at the completely wrong one. It was just super embarrassing overall. And I don't think anything else really embarrassing happened after that whenever I was going to there in general. No, I can't think of anything that's like necessarily embarrassing on my part. There was ooh, I guess this is a little like story time from VidCon too. Uh there was this weird guy at VidCon. So I was cosplaying. Also I've been that's like an entire like little thing I also haven't said yet. Huh? I'll get to that later. Yeah, but I was in a cosplay, right? This was the final day of VidCon, so everything was pretty like whatever. Yeah, everything was pretty whatever. Like there was this one really weird guy, which apparently had been causing like a ruckus for every fucking all the people at the con. I thought was weird, right? Let me see if I can turn my game down. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm beating the shit on my microphone. Okay, I'll see how that works. Yeah, but anyways, as I was saying, there was this really weird guy who was just I don't know how to describe. No, he's just weird. No, it's a really easy to describe. Well, let me tell you about what made him so weird. He looked like a completely normal guy. Whatever. Uh, might have been a little like acneed up. That doesn't really matter. So I was cosplaying as a character from the Amazing Digital Circus. Because for context, I went to go watch the theatrical version of the ninth episode, which earnestly was okay. I could probably talk about that by itself, finale. But other than that, I was cosplaying as Evil Jax, right? And I was walking past this Jubal cosplayer, and there, here's where the story I like actually starts. Dude, here comes the weird guy. He's walking the same way I'm walking, and the Zubal's walking like the other way. So I don't know what made him want to do this, but whenever we were just walking past, he turned around and said, "Oh, look, it's Jack. Something about Nazi stuff. Like something about being fucked up and evil." I said, "No, no, I'm Evil Jack. No, no, no." I guess he saw the Zubul cosplayer next because he was like, and then he pointed to the Zubul cosplayer and like was pointing at me and said, "Hey, hey, Zubul cosplayer. Hey, Zubul. I think Evil Jack likes you." It was very uncomfortable. I didn't like it. It was it's nothing. It wasn't too crazy, but it wasn't too comfortable the situation to be around. Anyways, yeah. That's like I was like trying to walk away. But he was kind of like walking the same way as me. I kind of like tried to divert away from him, and I kind of did. I didn't see him again until like a few hours later, and it was at a meetup for cosplays. So I was like, okay, I'm in a cosplay. I'm something of a cosplay myself, or cosplayer myself. Fucking Green Goblin, Spider-Man 2 gift, or Spider- I mean, interesting. Oh, there he goes. Oh well, which is life. Yeah. No, so I went to this cosplay little meetup, and apparently for context, there's I guess a popular cosplayer who was making a line and like was like answering and asking questions or answering questions for people. He he was in like the weird guy was in the line along with another cosplayer who had like a soldier's sort of uniform. I don't really know what they were cosplaying, but it looked like a soldier uniform, and I could already tell this guy had been heckling with this person for a while now because they were calling them like a Nazi, which is crazy by the way. I think that is really weird. And okay, so then they saw me and they were like, "Oh, Jax, Jax, do the Nazi salute, do the Nazi salute." And I just got there. I just got to the little meetup thing. So I'm genuinely confused as to what's happening. This is anyways, I was genuinely confused as to what was happening. And I was wondering if this guy is actually like being for real right now. Because he was in front of like he was nearby a bunch of kids just like saying this. It was insane. Crazy. But anyways, it turns out the soldier cosplay, or like liked my cosplay, so they wanted to take a picture. As I was taking, like as they were taking a picture, I decided like a strike a little pose that the character does. And then whenever I was doing that, they were saying, "Don't do the Nazi salute. Do not do this Nazi salute." And I was like, "I won't. I won't. I won't. I'm not doing that." So I take my picture, and they go, talk to the cosplayer, and they, luckily dip out because that fucking weird guy was weird. I mean, shit, self-explanatory, right? But after that, after that, it I don't know. Okay, so for context, I was at the little meetup area, and I saw my friends my online one of my online friends who was with her group. So I wanted to say hi and catch up with them, see what they were up to. This was also like the online friend I was meeting up with, or that it was hanging out with um in the Discord, or in my in Discord. But when I turned around to like say hi to them, they had completely disappeared. I was like, okay, well, that guy kind of was something, but I wasn't really trying to be a part of his bit. So I ended up texting uh my friend and saying that I was sorry about that, by the way. And that was pretty much it for that one. So there's technically one final thing for this three-part story, this little three-part epic. And it's we got him kicked out. So apparently this guy had been causing like some issues with the staff for a while now. Like for the entire 3 days that this convention was going on. This guy had been causing issues and been getting like checked. Okay, so the, the security said that he was getting checked, but like I think people were just telling security, hey, this guy's being weird, and they were just like saying, okay, we're gonna keep this unknown, but we're gonna let him slide for now. And we were the final group that like broke the camel's back, like to say figuratively, I guess, because as soon as we talked to them about the Nazi salute shit and whatnot, they instantly fucking like we found him at like an area. So like we were saying, hey, this guy is like being a real fucking whack job. So yeah, we told them about him, and they were monitoring him. And about like 15 minutes later, they were escorting him out of the building. For more context too, he was apparently trying to sneak back into the convention whenever it was closing hours. And from what I've been told from the security guards is he was talking to like kids. I don't know I don't know like I don't know shit about that exactly. All I was told was that he would walk up to kids and say, "Hey, what's up?" And whenever the security guard would like monitor him, he would say, when are y'all leaving?" To the security guard. Which if you were like a completely normal person, I wouldn't even bat an eye at that. But this guy's like crazy, 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 crazy. I guess I should tell like an thing about a weird one guy, yeah, situation. So I was at work. It was a night. I was running night shift. We were doing simple shit. We were like putting in controls for lights, and we were changing out the lights that like be oh my god, I just got combo. No, we were changing out. I gotta keep. We were changing out lights change to make them to where they were dimmable. So like some lights have the ability to just like go like dimmer, and some have to like just go brighter from like two buttons. Yeah, but that's like beside the point. So when we were this was like this was a crazy day actually too. I think this was like the first time I read on like a Playboy magazine. No, it was definitely the first time I read a Playboy magazine. I've never read Playboy magazines in my life besides that one time. Anyways, that's a completely different thing. Yeah, so one of my peers was checking all the rooms to see what we missed, what we might need some like parts. So, and he was when he when he was walking through, right, there's this area, like a little mini area for like multiple people to in their like multiple offices. Uh, he was walking through, right, but I need to set like it's like a straight hallway, and like it takes a right turn, then a left turn, and it goes straight into a kitchen. Yes, yes, a kitchen. Some people live there. It was a hospital, so it makes sense. So he was just walking through, And when the lights turned on, he saw this guy who was he like I can't really sugarcoat this. He had his like dick out, and he was just jerking it in the sink. I I I don't know how to explain why this person decided to just start jerking it into the sink, but yeah. Okay, so the craziest thing too was he wasn't even using a phone or anything. He wasn't using any sort of stimulant. Yeah, any sort of stimulant for the for his pleasure purposes, I guess. And so he, my my one of my peers got this guy, and there was a moment where they were just both looking at each other. Because this fucking guy was like a deer caught in headlights, whatever the light fucking turned on. Bro was straight fucking dry beating it in a sink, no fucking stimulant, in pure darkness. Keep in mind, this guy was a cleaner. He was like one of the people who cleaned the fucking hospital at night. So there was no one just kind of looking at each other. And then the guy pulled up his pants, like put it like buttoned it up. Like right, I hope he fucking zipped his pants up. And then he ran out of there. It was one of the fucking craziest nights that I've ever had, like working as an electrician. Please. It was one of the craziest nights I've ever had, like working as an electrician. And I don't know. Oh, I don't know. First off, we reported that guy and he got fired, of course. I genuinely wonder what that guy's doing now. I think this might sound evil of me, but I kind of hope they got put on the list. That guy was fucking nuts. Let's see if I can get one final one before I close off the. No, come on. Oh well. Okay. Well, I guess this marks the first episode of the Tea Time podcast. So, yeah, I hope to do. Come on, I can't even do the outro. I hope to do more of these. Honestly, I really want to. I kind of enjoy doing this, talking about this stuff endlessly. First off, I'm gonna need to like edit some of the sound because I peak somewhere. I keep on peaking on this mic. I don't know why. It's because I'm too close. I need to be this range right here. I'll keep it in mind, but I'll edit some of the louder parts down to suit the general overall sound. Also, if y'all have like any like recommendations for what I should talk about, do send them into the comments because I don't know. It would just be interesting. Also, like mic adjustment things. If y'all can like tell me anything about that, I will greatly appreciate it. But yeah, this is the first episode of the Tea Time podcast, and I guess the cafe is now closed. Like, if you tell me anything about that, I will greatly appreciate it. But yeah, this is the first episode of the Tea Time podcast, and I guess the cafe is now